Hello, welcome to the channel Our Day Stories. Sit back and listen to a new story. But don't forget to subscribe and like it.
Patricia Cuevas couldn't believe her luck. It was her wedding day, and everything was falling perfectly into place. The sun was shining, the venue was beautifully decorated, and her heart was filled with anticipation. She had dreamt of this day for so long, and now it was finally here. Meanwhile, Dan Tiller, the janitor at the wedding venue, was going about his usual duties. He had been working there for years, silently observing the celebrations of countless couples. Today, however, something inside him snapped. He had always been overlooked, taken for granted, and he couldn't bear it anymore. As the bridal party prepared for the ceremony, Patricia's best friend, Jason Gilmore, handed her a stunning bouquet. The flowers were a delicate combination of roses, lilies, and tulips, perfectly complementing Patricia's elegant gown. They were the final touch to complete her picture-perfect wedding look. Unbeknownst to everyone, Dan had been silently watching from the corner of the room. The sight of Patricia holding the bouquet triggered a wave of envy and resentment within him. He felt an irrational need to possess something so beautiful, something that symbolized the happiness that had always eluded him. Unable to control his dark impulses any longer, Dan devised a reckless plan. He discreetly snatched the bouquet from the table and stuffed it into his cleaning cart, hidden beneath the various supplies he carried. With shaky hands, he continued his janitorial duties, a sinister smile playing on his lips. Across the street, Terry Jensen, a retired neighbor who enjoyed keeping an eye on the neighborhood, peered through his binoculars. He had seen the entire scene unfold before him, the janitor stealing the precious bouquet. Shocked and concerned for Patricia, he knew he had to act quickly. Without wasting a moment, Terry dialed the emergency number and reported the incident to the police. He provided them with a detailed description of Dan Tiller and the stolen bouquet, emphasizing the urgency of the situation. The dispatcher assured Terry that help was on the way. Meanwhile, Patricia was filled with anticipation as she walked down the aisle, her eyes fixed on her soon-to-be husband, Fred S. Drayton. She couldn't help but notice that something was amiss. The absence of the bouquet in her hands raised a knot of anxiety within her chest. As the couple exchanged their vows, the sound of sirens pierced the air, sending waves of confusion throughout the wedding party. Guests turned their heads, eyes wide with surprise, as two police cars screeched to a halt outside the venue. The wedding had come to an abrupt halt. The officiant paused, his voice trembling as he tried to make sense of the unexpected interruption. Fred's face mirrored the confusion and concern etched on Patricia's own features. The room was filled with an eerie silence, broken only by the sound of approaching footsteps. The police officers entered the venue with a sense of urgency, their eyes scanning the room for the culprit. Dan, who had returned to his cleaning cart after hiding the bouquet, tried his best to blend in with the bustling crowd. However, his guilty conscience gnawed at him. With a firm voice, one of the officers addressed the gathering, explaining the situation. "Ladies and gentlemen, we have received a report of a theft that occurred here just moments ago. We are conducting an investigation and kindly request your cooperation." Patricia's heart sank as she realized the significance of the officer's words. Her mind raced with worry and confusion. Who would steal her bouquet on her wedding day? The joy and excitement that had filled the room only moments ago were now replaced with tension and uncertainty. As the officers questioned the guests, Terry Jensen approached them, his concerned expression etched deeply on his face. He explained how he had witnessed Dan Tiller, the janitor, stealing the bouquet. Patricia listened, a mixture of shock and disbelief washing over her. The officers wasted no time and immediately approached Dan, who stood frozen, beads of sweat forming on his forehead. They questioned him about the stolen bouquet, and his face contorted with guilt and fear. It was clear that the truth would soon be revealed. In a trembling voice, Dan confessed to his crime. He spoke of his long-standing bitterness and the jealousy that had consumed him. He admitted to stealing the bouquet out of a desperate desire to possess something beautiful and meaningful in his own life. Patricia felt a mix of emotions: anger, betrayal, but also a tinge of pity for Dan's sad confession. She had never met him before, but his actions had marred her special day. Her wedding had turned into a scene of chaos and disruption. The officers took Dan into custody, and the guests watched in a mixture of disbelief and sympathy. Patricia took a deep breath, determined not to let this incident ruin her day. She looked at Fred, who squeezed her hand reassuringly. It was time to salvage their wedding and turn it into a celebration once again. With a newfound resolve, Patricia turned to the crowd and addressed them, her voice steady and calm. "I understand that we've encountered an unexpected setback today, but let's not let it overshadow the love and joy that brought us all together. This day is about celebrating our commitment and the future we're building together." Patricia's words resonated with the guests, and slowly the tension began to dissipate. They applauded her strength and resilience, eager to continue the celebration despite the earlier disruption. The atmosphere gradually shifted from confusion to unity. As the ceremony resumed, Patricia and Fred exchanged their vows once again, their love and determination shining through. The guests clapped and cheered, their enthusiasm fueling the couple's spirits. It became clear that nothing could overshadow the joyous union of two souls in love. The reception continued with renewed energy and a sense of camaraderie. Guests mingled, sharing stories and laughter as the couple danced their first dance. The incident with the stolen bouquet slowly faded into the background, overshadowed by the strength of love and the resilience of the human spirit. Meanwhile, Terry Jensen, the observant neighbor, approached Patricia with a sincere apology. He expressed regret for not intervening sooner and preventing the theft. Patricia assured him that his quick action in reporting the incident was instrumental in resolving the situation swiftly. Terry's remorse transformed into a heartfelt smile as he presented Patricia with a beautiful replacement bouquet, carefully selected from his own garden. The bouquet, filled with fresh blooms, radiated a sense of purity and sincerity. Patricia was moved by the gesture, recognizing the kindness that can be found even in the most unexpected places. The rest of the evening unfolded flawlessly. The guests enjoyed a delicious meal, heartfelt speeches, and lively dancing. The stolen bouquet became a distant memory, overshadowed by the love and happiness that permeated the venue. As the night drew to a close, Patricia and Fred found a quiet moment alone. They walked hand in hand, basking in the glow of their wedding day. Patricia looked into Fred's eyes, filled with gratitude and love, knowing that their journey together was only just beginning. Reflecting on the events of the day, Patricia realized that sometimes unexpected challenges can reveal the strength and resilience within oneself and the bonds shared with loved ones. The stolen bouquet had become a symbol of their ability to overcome obstacles and find beauty even in the face of adversity. In the days that followed, news of the incident spread throughout the community. Mario Marshall, a local journalist, saw the potential for an inspiring story and requested an interview with Patricia and Fred. They agreed, hoping that their experience would serve as a reminder of the power of love and forgiveness. During the interview, Patricia and Fred spoke candidly about the stolen bouquet and the emotional roller coaster it had taken them on. They emphasized the importance of unity, forgiveness, and finding strength in the face of unexpected challenges. Their story resonated with readers, capturing hearts and inspiring others. The local community rallied around Patricia and Fred, offering support and gestures of kindness. Florists offered to recreate the stolen bouquet, while other neighbors offered their services and resources to help ensure the couple's dream wedding became a reality once again. In a heartfelt ceremony, Patricia and Fred decided to renew their vows. This time, surrounded by their loved ones and members of the community, they reaffirmed their commitment to each other. The stolen bouquet, now replaced with an even more breathtaking arrangement, took its rightful place in Patricia's hands. The renewed wedding celebration was a testament to the power of resilience, forgiveness, and the unwavering support of a community. Patricia and Fred were overwhelmed with gratitude for the outpouring of love they had received. The incident that had initially threatened their joy had become a catalyst for a deeper connection with those around them. Inspired by their experience, Patricia and Fred decided to pay it forward. They established a foundation aimed at helping individuals who had faced unexpected challenges or setbacks in their own lives. Through acts of kindness, financial support, and emotional encouragement, they hoped to spread hope and resilience to others. Patricia and Fred's story spread far beyond their community, capturing the attention of media outlets and inspiring people around the world. Requests for interviews, speaking engagements, and partnerships poured in, providing them with a platform to share their message of love, forgiveness, and community support. Embracing their newfound role as advocates for resilience and unity, Patricia and Fred dedicated their lives to making a positive impact. They traveled extensively, sharing their story and offering support to individuals and communities in need. Their journey became a beacon of hope, reminding others that even in the face of adversity, love and kindness can prevail. Years passed, and Patricia and Fred continued to inspire countless lives. They celebrated anniversaries, welcomed children into their family, and continued their philanthropic work. The stolen bouquet, now a distant memory, had become a symbol of their shared strength and the power of turning setbacks into opportunities for growth. Meanwhile, Dan Tiller, the janitor who had allowed envy to consume him, served his sentence and was released from prison. The incident at the wedding had been a wake-up call for him, forcing him to confront the bitterness and resentment that had plagued his life. Determined to turn his life around, Dan sought therapy and counseling to address the deep-seated issues that had led him down a destructive path. He acknowledged the harm he had caused and was committed to making amends and becoming a better person. As part of his rehabilitation, Dan began volunteering at a local community center, using his skills as a janitor to keep the facility clean and welcoming for others. He found solace in helping those less fortunate, gradually rebuilding his sense of self-worth and purpose. One day, while volunteering, Dan came across an article about Patricia and Fred, the couple whose wedding he had disrupted. The article detailed their journey of resilience and forgiveness. Overwhelmed with guilt and remorse, Dan realized the magnitude of his actions and the pain he had caused. Driven by a strong desire to make amends, Dan wrote a heartfelt letter to Patricia and Fred, expressing his sincerest apologies for the pain and disruption he had caused on their wedding day. He acknowledged his mistakes and the steps he had taken to change his life. Upon receiving Dan's letter, Patricia and Fred were initially hesitant. The memories of that fateful day were still fresh in their minds. However, after much consideration, they recognized the power of forgiveness and the potential for personal growth. In a display of compassion, Patricia and Fred arranged a meeting with Dan. They wanted to hear his remorse firsthand and gauge his commitment to change. Together, they sat down and engaged in a candid conversation about the incident and its impact on their lives. Dan expressed his deep remorse, his voice filled with genuine sorrow. He spoke of the transformation he had undergone and the efforts he had made to become a better person. Patricia and Fred, moved by his sincerity, decided to offer him forgiveness. With forgiveness came an opportunity for redemption. Patricia and Fred recognized that Dan's journey toward change mirrored their own. They extended a helping hand, offering Dan guidance and support as he continued his path of rehabilitation and personal growth. In the years that followed, Patricia, Fred, and Dan formed an unlikely bond. They collaborated on various projects, sharing their stories of resilience and inspiring others to overcome their own obstacles. Together, they proved that forgiveness and second chances could lead to remarkable transformations. Patricia, Fred, and Dan became advocates for restorative justice, promoting programs that encouraged rehabilitation and healing over punishment. They shared their experiences in conferences, schools, and correctional facilities, spreading a message of compassion, forgiveness, and the potential for positive change. Through their collective efforts, Patricia, Fred, and Dan touched countless lives. Their story of forgiveness and redemption became a source of inspiration for individuals facing their own challenges, reminding them that mistakes do not define one's entire life, but can serve as catalysts for growth and transformation. As time went on, Patricia and Fred's foundation expanded its reach, working hand in hand with organizations focused on rehabilitation and community support. The stolen bouquet that had sparked their journey remained a symbol of resilience, forgiveness, and the enduring power of love. In recognition of their unwavering commitment to making a positive impact, Patricia, Fred, and Dan received numerous accolades and awards. Their story became a book, touching the hearts of readers around the world, and a documentary showcased their extraordinary journey. With the foundation's continued success, Patricia, Fred, and Dan decided to step back and focus on their personal lives. Patricia pursued her passion for art, using her talent to express emotions and tell stories of resilience. Fred devoted his time to mentorship, guiding young individuals toward positive paths. Dan, now fully committed to his rehabilitation, enrolled in college to study psychology. He wanted to use his personal experiences to help others who had fallen into a similar cycle of bitterness and destructive behavior. He became a dedicated advocate for rehabilitation programs within the criminal justice system. Years passed, and the impact of Patricia, Fred, and Dan's work continued to ripple outward. Their foundation flourished under the leadership of a dedicated team, supporting individuals and communities with resources, education, and opportunities for growth. One day, as Patricia visited a local art exhibition, she came across a breathtaking painting. It depicted a bouquet of vibrant flowers, capturing the essence of resilience and rebirth. Patricia studied the signature at the corner of the canvas and discovered it was Dan's work. She couldn't help but smile, knowing that their shared journey had influenced his artistic expression. In a serendipitous turn of events, Patricia, Fred, and Dan found themselves reunited at an event celebrating the foundation's achievements. The air was filled with a sense of gratitude and fulfillment as they reflected on the impact they had made together. With tears in her eyes, Patricia embraced Dan and thanked him for the beautiful painting she had seen. They exchanged stories of their respective journeys, marveling at the twists and turns that had led them to that moment of reunion. As they stood together, Patricia, Fred, and Dan realized that their bond went beyond the stolen bouquet or the challenges they had faced. They had become a family, a testament to the transformative power of forgiveness, compassion, and the human capacity for growth. Inspired by their reunion, Patricia, Fred, and Dan decided to collaborate on a new project. They planned to establish a center that would provide comprehensive support and resources to individuals seeking rehabilitation and a fresh start. Their shared vision was to create a safe space where people could heal, grow, and rewrite their stories. With the support of their community and the lessons they had learned along their own journeys, Patricia, Fred, and Dan successfully opened the Rehabilitation Center. It became a beacon of hope, offering a wide range of programs, counseling services, vocational training, and mentorship opportunities. The center quickly gained recognition for its innovative approach to rehabilitation. Its success stories captured media attention, attracting influential figures who lent their support to the cause. Patricia, Fred, and Dan's collective efforts had created a ripple effect of positive change. The years that followed were filled with milestones and achievements. Patricia's artwork gained international recognition, using her talent to shed light on the stories of resilience she had witnessed. Fred's mentorship program expanded, empowering countless individuals to pursue their dreams and break free from negative cycles. Dan, now a respected psychologist, led groundbreaking research on the effects of restorative justice and trauma-informed care. His expertise and personal journey became invaluable resources, shaping policies and practices within the criminal justice system. The center, now a model for rehabilitation and community support, expanded its reach to other cities and countries. Patricia, Fred, and Dan's legacy had taken on a life of its own, touching the lives of countless individuals who found hope and redemption within its walls. In their quiet moments of reflection, Patricia, Fred, and Dan marveled at the impact of their shared journey. In their quiet moments of reflection, Patricia, Fred, and Dan marveled at the impact of their shared journey. They were humbled by the lives they had touched, the transformations they had witnessed, and the unity they had fostered within their community. With a sense of fulfillment and a deep gratitude for the support they had received, Patricia, Fred, and Dan decided to write a book together. They wanted to document their remarkable story, from the stolen bouquet to the establishment of the Rehabilitation Center, in the hope that it would continue to inspire others for generations to come. The process of writing the book was cathartic and allowed them to reflect on their individual growth and the strength they had found in each other. They poured their hearts into the pages, sharing intimate details of their struggles, triumphs, and the profound lessons they had learned. The book, titled Blossoms of Resilience, captured the essence of their journey, a testament to the human spirit's capacity to overcome adversity and find redemption. Its release garnered widespread attention, becoming a bestseller and spreading their message even further. In addition to the book, a feature film adaptation of their story was announced. A renowned director was captivated by their narrative and saw its potential to touch the hearts of millions on the big screen. Patricia, Fred, and Dan were excited to see their journey brought to life in a new medium. The production of the film was a collaborative effort, with Patricia, Fred, and Dan serving as consultants to ensure the authenticity and integrity of their story. They were actively involved in the casting process, hand-picking actors who could capture the essence of their personalities and experiences. The premiere of the film was a grand affair, attended by celebrities, dignitaries, and supporters from around the world. Patricia, Fred, and Dan walked the red carpet, their hearts filled with gratitude for the incredible journey that had led them to that moment. As the lights dimmed in the theater, the audience settled in their seats, eager to witness the powerful story unfold. The film beautifully portrayed the triumphs and tribulations of Patricia, Fred, and Dan, evoking laughter, tears, and a renewed sense of hope within the hearts of those watching. The film's release sparked a global conversation about forgiveness, rehabilitation, and the importance of community support. Viewers from all walks of life found solace and inspiration in the story, realizing that their own journeys were not defined by their past mistakes, but by their capacity for growth and change. Patricia, Fred, and Dan embarked on a worldwide tour, attending screenings, panel discussions, and sharing their experiences with audiences everywhere. They were overwhelmed by the response. People of all ages, backgrounds, and cultures resonated with their message of resilience and the transformative power of love. During the tour, Patricia received an unexpected invitation to showcase her artwork in a prestigious gallery. Her paintings, inspired by her personal journey and the stories she had encountered, touched the souls of art enthusiasts and collectors around the world. The demand for Patricia's art grew exponentially, leading to solo exhibitions and collaborations with renowned galleries and museums. Through her vibrant canvases, she continued to communicate the power of resilience, capturing the beauty that emerges from overcoming life's challenges. Fred's mentorship program, too, flourished on a global scale. Recognizing the impact of his guidance and support, organizations and educational institutions sought to replicate his model, ensuring that individuals facing adversity had the tools and guidance needed to rewrite their own stories. Meanwhile, Dan's research and advocacy work reached new heights. He became a sought-after speaker at conferences and symposiums, sharing his expertise on restorative justice, trauma-informed care, and the importance of rehabilitation in the criminal justice system. His insights and recommendations influenced policy changes in various jurisdictions. Inspired by Dan's work, several universities approached him to establish a research institute dedicated to the study of rehabilitation and community-based interventions. Dan eagerly accepted the opportunity, knowing that it would provide a platform to further advance his research and create lasting change. With the success of their individual endeavors, Patricia, Fred, and Dan continued to support each other as they navigated their newfound paths. They remained steadfast in their commitment to making a positive impact on the lives of others, knowing that their collective efforts were far more powerful than anything they could achieve alone. As the years went by, the stolen bouquet became a cherished symbol of their journey, a reminder of the transformative power of forgiveness, redemption, and the unbreakable bond they had formed. It served as a beacon of hope for those facing difficult circumstances, reminding them that a brighter future was always within reach. Despite their achievements, Patricia, Fred, and Dan remained grounded and never forgot the importance of humility and gratitude. They actively engaged with their community, attending local events, volunteering, and mentoring individuals who sought their guidance. They understood that their journey was not just about personal success, but about uplifting others and creating a ripple effect of positive change. As the years turned into decades, Patricia, Fred, and Dan entered a new phase of their lives, retirement. They had dedicated the majority of their lives to their shared mission, and it was time to pass the torch to a new generation of passionate individuals committed to making a difference. They carefully selected a team of talented individuals to take over their foundation, ensuring that their vision and values would continue to guide its work. Patricia, Fred, and Dan remained honorary advisors, offering guidance and support whenever needed. Retirement allowed Patricia, Fred, and Dan to enjoy the fruits of their labor and indulge in the simple joys of life. They spent quality time with their loved ones, traveled to new places, and reveled in the beauty of nature, appreciating every moment as a gift. During a reunion trip to the town where their journey had begun, Patricia, Fred, and Dan decided to visit the very spot where the stolen bouquet had once caused turmoil. They stood there reflecting on how far they had come and how the incident had set their lives on a course of profound transformation. As they looked around, they noticed a young couple getting married in the nearby park. The bride, radiant and full of hope, held a bouquet of delicate flowers. Patricia, Fred, and Dan smiled at each other, realizing that their journey had come full circle. In a spontaneous act of gratitude, Patricia, Fred, and Dan approached the newly married couple and shared their story, the stolen bouquet, the journey of redemption, and the transformative power of forgiveness. The couple listened intently, their eyes filled with wonder and inspiration. The couple, touched by Patricia, Fred, and Dan's story, invited them to their wedding reception. Patricia created a vibrant artwork as a gift, Fred offered words of wisdom and encouragement, and Dan shared his insights on the importance of nurturing a loving and supportive relationship. As the night drew to a close, Patricia, Fred, and Dan bid farewell to the couple, filled with a renewed sense of purpose and joy. They realized that their work was far from over, that there were still countless lives to touch, and that their legacy would live on through the lives they had impacted. In the following years, Patricia, Fred, and Dan continued to inspire and support others through speaking engagements, writing, and mentoring. They became revered figures in the field of rehabilitation and community development, leaving an indelible mark on the world. As their own journeys approached their final chapters, Patricia, Fred, and Dan found solace in the knowledge that they had lived lives of purpose and meaning. They had turned a stolen bouquet into a symbol of hope and redemption, demonstrating the potential for transformation in the face of adversity. In their twilight years, Patricia, Fred, and Dan remained close friends, cherishing the memories they had created and the lives they had touched. They knew that their story would continue to inspire future generations, reminding them of the power of compassion, forgiveness, and the unwavering belief in the human spirit. As the sun set on their remarkable journey, Patricia, Fred, and Dan found peace and fulfillment in knowing that they had made a difference that would transcend time and continue to shape the lives of individuals and communities for generations to come. And so, their story of a stolen bouquet, a neighbor's call to the police, and the shocking events that followed came to an end. But the impact of Patricia, Fred, and Dan's journey would forever remain etched in the hearts of those they had touched, serving as a reminder that within every setback lies the potential for a beautiful comeback, and within every stolen bouquet lies the seeds of resilience, redemption, and a love that can heal even the deepest wounds.
Thanks for watching. If you liked the story, write your opinion in the comments.